Dragailia Lost is shutting down. It was easily the most interesting out of Nintendo's mobile games, and still is arguably one of the most interesting to talk about today. It's shutting down on November 30th, and I figure I'll talk about it as someone who didn't play the game much, but I run a Nintendo channel, so to speak, and this game is easily the most interesting footnote in Nintendo's foray into mobile gaming. I believe I played the game during launch and then during the Persona 5 and one of the Fire Emblem crossovers. So, I'm going to talk about this game, give a bit of insight on what I know about it, and a few things worth noting. First things first, if you're a fan of any of the series I'm about to list off, go ahead and look at the art from this series' crossovers, because they are all really good. Monster Hunter, Mega Man, Fire Emblem, Persona 5. Yeah, that's it. But it's easily worth looking at, because genuinely, they're interesting. So, let's actually talk about gameplay before we get into anything else. It's really interesting, and I feel like it's held back by the phone factor. And you may be noticing all of the footage in this video is vertical instead of horizontal. All my footage I have for this game is from before that was put into play, and I really don't feel like reinstalling a mobile game to get footage for a single video when I already have enough footage from previous videos that I can recycle. It's called laziness. But yeah, just get used to it. Plus, I will make this video easier to turn into a short to save me money. But essentially, it's really fun and really interesting. And the thing is, and this is something that's bothered me since the game launched, I swear to God I played a game with the same gameplay format and like how the levels are designed on the 3DS. But I cannot find that game. Like, I'm pretty sure I used Mii's, but I have like the same kind of gameplay. Yeah. But the gameplay itself is a pretty basic action RPG. Generally, most of a Nintendo game, I would say this is pretty middle of the road. Hell, I'll give it this. It definitely was the least pay to win out of any of Nintendo mobile games that had online. Because the ones that did better than it, frankly, those got worse. So, at least in its current state and its final state, because I highly doubt this thing's getting another update, with it closing down in less than 2 months. I think at most they get more and more update, basically saying thank you and goodbye from the development staff. But let's talk about why you think this game is the most interesting footnote in Nintendo mobile history. Every Nintendo mobile game used an existing IP. Except for this one. Like, look at them all. They're all an existing IP. Except for Dragailia Lost. Which is weird. And, frankly, I like that idea. I really do. That definitely did not help the game. It definitely hurt it more than it helped. And I'm gonna say this. Dragailia Lost is something I love. Like, I love the idea, and frankly, this game, honestly, would have been a pretty fun, like, free-to-play or, like, $5 Switch game. And again, I swear to God, I played it on the 3DS at one point. But I really like it. But the problem is, it relied so much on crossovers for both promotion and sales. Which essentially means it was screwed. Although I'm surprised by how little crossovers it did with Nintendo specifically. They definitely could have kept that game alive by doing more crossovers. But I don't think holding your series on life support through crossovers is gonna help very much. But let's talk about those. The Persona 5 crossover was really cool. Generally, I really like it. They captured the series incredibly well, which I have to applaud. All the characters are fun, and I really love how they incorporated the dragon mechanic. Now, this is the only crossover I played thoroughly, so it's the one I can speak about the most. But the dragon mechanic basically allows you to use summons. The Persona 5 crossover event doesn't have those. Sorta. Instead, they're all the Personas. I was able to get every character in this event back when it was running, which was really nice. I'm a massive Persona fan, as I'm sure everyone who's been on my channel for more than 5 seconds knows. Although, one thing that bothers me was the banners. They were split across 2 banners. Banner 1 had Joker, Morgana, and Arsene. Banner 2 had Panther. I don't understand that. Why not just make it one banner? Or give each character their own focus? I don't know. It was weird to me. But I really do... I love the artwork from this. Like, these would likely be my favorite artwork for a lot of characters. And, again, I think they incorporated the style of Persona really well, even in gameplay, with some of the animations and some of the effects. I have to give them applaud for that. But besides that, the event is pretty forgettable. It's like, oh sweet, thing you really like is in this game. Neat. Then you forget about it until the next event happens. And I really love the artwork for the other events. I don't have anything to say about them because I didn't play them, but the Monster Hunter event looked really cool. I love how they captured Rathalos. And frankly, Monster Hunter is a pretty perfect IP to cross over with this. And then, of course, there's the Fire Emblem Hero crossovers. There were an ungodly amount of these. These were somehow the only crossovers they did with another Nintendo IP. And, somehow Dragailia Lost was never mentioned in Fire Emblem Heroes proper. At least while I was playing it. And frankly, another thing that makes no sense to me is, weirdly enough, another thing related to the crossover. They did specifically Book 1, Book 2, and Book 4. I don't care enough about Book 5. I quit during that, so I don't even know how it ends. I literally know nothing about Book 6 other than furry. And they skipped over the one book I like and the one OC I like from that game. Basically, it just makes little to no sense to me. Why they would skip over something like Book 3. It doesn't really matter, because, frankly, Dragailia Lost at this point is going to be a footnote. This little thing in the history of, well, Nintendo. I don't think we're going to ever see this IP again. Which sucks, because, as I said, this is easily Nintendo's most interesting IP. It was the only mobile game they created with its own IP. I think it's really interesting. It is probably the only Nintendo mobile game that used 3D models aside from Mario Kart, which is frankly weird. And I genuinely wish this game got more love. Like, more accurately, honestly would love to see like a version of this game for like $5 on the Switch. Like, remove the gacha, because duh, gacha systems are stupid. But frankly, this IP is something that holds enough promise where I would love to see it again. The gameplay is something I like, and it worked well on a mobile system. Expand it a little bit, maybe give each character like 4 arts, map to each face button, and you have a really interesting game. And seriously, I swear to God I played this on the 3DS. I don't know where, but I swear I did. But I don't have much to say. I didn't play this game that much, but I think it sucks it's closing. It was a really interesting thing, and I did always hope to see another crossover, since again, those have fantastic artwork. What do you guys think? See ya!